Hello everyone! While I was doing research for another Star Trek video, I came across a quote stating that this vessel was an anti-Borg ship, which intrigued me because what does that mean and what defines an anti-Borg ship? A direct answer would be that an anti-Borg ship is a vessel that was designed with certain technologies in mind to fight off a Borg ship. To better understand what makes an anti-Borg ship, we must take a look at the different ships that were given that name, and then break down the reason why by looking at its structure, weapons, shields, and armor. There were multiple vessels developed and then eventually deployed to stop the Borg aggression. After Wolf 359, which involved the destruction of 40 Federation ships from one Borg vessel, Starfleet realized that a majority of their ships were no match against the Borg, which started a program to create the next generation of vessels, such as the Defiant, Akira, Saber, Norway, Sovereign, Sagan, and Steamrunner class. The most common aspects between these ships is their size. After a few engagement with the Borg, Starfleet realized that they needed faster ships that were more compact, instead of larger vessels such as the Galaxy class. Now let's break down these vessels to find out what makes them an anti-Borg ship. As mentioned before, all these vessels are smaller than their predecessor, but to achieve this they had to build these vessels to be smaller and had all their engine components compacted within the ship to avoid having unneeded space. They also had to build their ship's hull to take on more damage, since the shields are no match when it comes to Borg weapons. While other ships did obtain the updates when it comes to their ship's hull structure, nothing could be compared to the Defiant's ablative armor, which was created in the late 24th century. This armor was designed to have the ability to dissipate the energy impact from a direct weapons blast, making this armor great for ships that specialize in direct attacks. When you take a look at every one of these next generation ships, it's easy to notice a common design. Unlike past vessels where warp drives are built away from the main hull, the newer vessels have their warp drives built closer and more compact, providing better maneuverability. With this new ability, Starfleet was encouraged to build more of these ships with this design, such as the Defiant, the Saber, and the Steamrunner class. It also influenced Starfleet to add weapons at the front of the vessel, making them great at attacking their enemies head on. To avoid the hull integrity from failing, Starfleet developed a new kind of shielding to increase their vessel's chances of survival. The main issue with older ships within Starfleet was the lack of dynamic when it comes to their defenses. Their shields lacked the ability to adapt to Borg weapons, which drove Starfleet to improve the ship's hull, but they still need to develop shields that can at least withstand a few fire attacks from a Borg cube. The first step was developing a faster system that could automatically change the shield's parameters to adapt to the Borg's incoming fire. Of course, since the Federation technology is less advanced when it comes to the Borg, there are limitations when it comes to the effectiveness of their shields. When it comes to anti-Borg weapons, Starfleet followed the same design approach when they developed their shields. The plan is to have a faster computer and system that can adapt and match the frequency of change, which could be compared to the Borg's weapons. Their goal was to update their weapons to a point where it could automatically change the frequency of the blast fast enough to make it almost impossible for the Borg shields to adapt. Of course, the anti-Borg ship possesses the ability to damage a portion of a Borg ship, but over time these improvements will hit a point of diminishing returns. In the older designs of Starfleet vessels, they placed the weapons in key areas around the ship, which provided the best amount of protection. When it came to anti-Borg vessels, they placed the weapons at the bow of the ship to provide as much firepower as possible and to avoid attacks by using their maneuverability and shields. As mentioned before, Starfleet only updated their systems to improve their weapons, and they didn't develop newer weapons to fight off the Borg. These updated phaser arrays and cannons have better computers which allow them to adjust their frequency. This gave them the ability to provide more damage to Borg vessels. Another design Starfleet has implemented to at least one of their newer ships was building additional torpedo launchers. Majority of the anti-Borg ships only have 2 torpedo launchers, but the Akira has 15. The initial attack of a vessel is really important when it comes to fighting off a Borg ship, so in theory the more firepower a vessel has, the better chance it will have on surviving. If you apply that logic, the design of the Akira is a great idea. Once it encounters a Borg ship, the vessel just needs to launch all its torpedo launchers at once and release a barrage of destruction. Of course, the rechargeability of a torpedo launcher and a phaser is very important. Every second counts when you fight against the Borg, and Starfleet realized that reality when they released the new phasers and launchers. Currently, all these anti-Borg ships have a Mark 10, which is the newest release of weapons during that time. In conclusion, every Anti-Borg ship has its own unique design that provides the vessel with a special ability when facing against a Borg ship. For example, the Defiant was built with a strong hull and a combination of phaser rays and cannons at the bow of the ship, giving the vessel the ability to take a lot of damage while also providing a great amount of damage as well for a ship that size. Other ships like the Saber follow a similar design, but vessels like the Akira follow a different theory of providing as much damage as possible at the beginning of the battle. Let me know in the comment section below on which Anti-Borg ship is your favorite. For me, it's the Defiant. If you liked this video, then please like and subscribe, and also don't forget to click on the notification button to keep yourself updated with my channel. For more sci-fi content, then please check out these other 2 videos and my socials. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast, and I will see you next time on my channel. Thank you.